Today, we will explain and examine what does Solana Crypto do, analyze some of its unique technological benefits over Ethereum, and then cover technomics, which may assist you in predicting market movement. We will utilize analogies, examples, and tales to assist you comprehend what we say about cryptocurrency. Hello everyone and welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about what does Solana Crypto do. If you are new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. Let's analyze what makes it so fantastic and who created it. Anatoly Yakovenko authored the original white paper. You should be aware that he is very intelligent and has worked for Qualcomm for at least 10 years. The white paper was not easily readable. His blockchain is named after a Solana beach that he really enjoyed. It is really technical, although there are a few sentences that are straightforward. Consider why the price of Solana has increased in recent months. Solana is far faster than Ethereum and Bitcoin, whose block times are 10 seconds and 10 minutes, respectively. Solana also claims that they can process up to 710,000 transactions per second, which is almost 30 times more than Visa can currently manage. Even though they have never been able to surpass 50,000, it does not exclude them from reaching 710,000. It just indicates they have not attempted it. Therefore, Solana's network is inexpensive, vast, and quick. I believe it is similar to the Matic network, where each transaction costs around 1 cent. Let's discuss what makes them so quick and inexpensive. The consensus mechanism of the blockchain is the first topic that must be discussed. This is a fancy way of stating that all parties agree on the blockchain structure. In addition, no evidence of stake nor proof of effort is used. In his white paper, Anatoly outlined proof of history, a novel perspective on history. You should be aware that it is essentially proof of stake with the addition of time. Proof of history is not a consensus mechanism, but rather a method for adding time to blockchain data. We provide dates and times on the blocks so that validators may determine in what order to transmit blocks without exchanging messages. This expedites their productivity. The need for other blockchains to agree on a timeline is a significant obstacle. On other blockchains, computers cannot just check their smartphones or the sun to determine the current time. Instead, they must continue to inquire. Nodes are the individual computers that make up a network, and they must be able to communicate with one another. Before submitting a block, they must agree on a time, which might take a considerable amount of time in the world of computers. Solana tackles this issue by requiring everyone to timestamp their blocks with a proof of history and by using a cryptographic proof so that they do not need to wait for everyone to agree on the time. We do not need to wait for other validators to review and approve our work, since we may agree on how the data in the blocks should be organized after the fact. In essence, proof of history enables nodes to continue tossing us blocks. Since some individuals have quicker internet speeds than others, we can believe that they are speaking the truth about when the blocks were transmitted. When we get them, we may sort them and upload them to the blockchain. Currently, there is a little more to say regarding historical evidence, but it should be the topic of its own film. Another intriguing aspect of Solana is that about 25 individuals may verify approximately 25 blocks simultaneously. This is why they were so much better than Visa compared to proof of stake by such a huge margin. I like that being a validator in Solana has no prerequisites. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Let's now go on to the proof of stake. About 32 Ethereums or 100,000 Solanas are needed to compare with Ethereum 2.0. You just need a small amount of money and a nominal fee to vote every day. There is, however, a catch. Currently, the only issue I have is that voting costs money. 1 Solana every day, or about $70,000 each year, Seems absurd, but over 1,000 people are doing it, so maybe they know something I don't. Let's examine a topic that no other major blockchain has yet addressed. It is referred to as C-level. This statement is just a fancy way of saying that validators may concurrently run smart contract code. A quick explanation will follow if you are not a developer. Consider having to cook dinner, do the dishes, and then wash the car. Due to the fact that there is only one individual, these tasks must be accomplished in order. Regarding Solana, we refer to this as a serial task. Parallel indicates that you can't do many tasks simultaneously. If you could duplicate yourself, you could cook, swap out the dishes, and wash the vehicle simultaneously. For instance, when processing their smart contracts, Solana may essentially do so. I spotted this phrase on their website as well. It asserts that hardware, not software or ideas, is the limiting factor. Every time NVIDIA introduces a new SIMD lane, the computational power of our network will increase by a factor of 2. How Bitcoin and Ethereum will function on the supercomputers of 10 to 50 years from now intrigues me. Before we discuss SOL's token economy, there is one more thing you should be aware of. Solana's smart contracts are very different from Ethereum's. Solana uses the computer language Rust, while Ethereum's Solidity code runs on a virtual machine-like architecture. Rust is a very low-level programming language which offers it a great deal more power but makes it more difficult to use. The Ethereum network, unlike many other blockchains, does not let developers simply copy and paste their ideas in applications. Everything must be completely redone. However, they will be more powerful than smart contracts for Ethereum. Now let's discuss tokenomics. I believe that Solana Network's currency is the SOL coin, which is utilized across the blockchain ecosystem for transaction fees. I believe that Solana has both price-raising and price-lowering impacts. It is inflationary because they just revised a strategy to reduce stake payouts by a minute amount every few days until they hit 1.5% in 10 years. It is deflationary due to the fact that for a long time, all transaction fees were burnt, but currently just around half of them are. They began with about 500 million tokens, and this number will continue to increase due to proof of stake rewards. Prior to their initial ICO, they completed 4 private funding rounds, which are crucial for early distribution. During these 4 financing rounds and initial coin offering, about 36% of their supply was sold at a reasonable price. Once sold for around 25 cents a piece, these items now cost 200 cents each. The individuals that initiated the initiative received an additional 13% of the tokens. The Solana Foundation earned a raise of 10%. The remaining 39% was utilized to fund neighborhood initiatives that are currently managed by the foundation. I discovered something unexpected, a Solana wallet with around 13 million tokens for which no one understood the reason. So they just burned a few of them. In addition, it is essential to recall that Solana really went out for around 6 hours in December 2020. Unreliable decentralized protocols should never occur, so this is quite alarming. It indicates that all users who were connected to the network were impacted by the issue. Even though it seems that no one was worried when they received this news, its impact on the price was minimal. If you are an investor or want to create a DApp for Solana, you should be aware that the firm is currently in the beta phase. We've finished another video and thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.